Hi everyone. So this is the COD QA meeting, and today is March 14th. And we have two items on the agenda, and if there are any items, please add them. So one is the NorthForge update on the Volta test, and if there are any like showstoppers from your side, we can discuss at this time and then see we can get some action items. So George or Gillis?
Gilles, would you like to go ahead? I think it's better you can provide the update. You're in the middle of it, please.
Okay. I just committed a patch to Garrett for the last test case. So over since the last time we spoke, I think I've gotten the DHCP going a test case, and then building on that, it's the unicast flow setup C tag and S tag assignment. So that's all been done, and I'm kind of looking ahead while I'm waiting for comments for my for the changes that I've made. I'm mainly from Daniel. I'm moving ahead and kind of looking forward to the BB Sim now.
Okay, thanks, Jill.
Okay.
Just a quick question. So, are you still running on Master, right?
Yes, I'm still running on Master with PonSim V2.
Okay, Ponsim V2. And did we already create another job? Maybe Kailash also can update on 1.x branch, Volta 1.x, or just the Master right now?
No, right now we're only testing for patch set. We're only testing against Volta Master. I think we decided a while back that there aren't that many changes on 1.6, anyways, and these tests weren't completed at the time Volta 1.6 was released. Anyways, it was still in development. So it's only running on Volta Master.
Okay. Thanks, Kailash Chan. Thanks, Jill. Any other items from you, NorthForge?
Unless maybe George want to add something?
Yeah, no items. So yeah, that's the plan. We're going to finish this and start looking at the PonSim. We went to attend the BB Sim Brigade meeting, and we talked with the team there, and we understand that on the master, the BB Sim will not support anything beyond ONU activation for now.
Mm-hmm.
So it's something we can start with, and yeah, it's going to take some time, and hopefully during that time it will be resolved. We're also doing some internal planning, which we hope to have some conclusions in the end of next week. About longer term plans. But for now, we're moving to BB Sim and the basic ONU activation. That's what is the next step.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just want to comment on that. If you guys want to get beyond activation, I know sort of had suggested for you guys to use Volta 1.6 as well too, so you can do the full activation, DHCP, and all of that. So just keep that in mind while we're waiting for Master to be supported with BB Sim. I'm already talking to Jill about this.
Right.
But so yeah, and so one comment, I'm not sure if it was clear with my discussion with Jill this morning. The test that I have for Volta BB Sim, it is testing against Volta 1.6. So just keep that in mind while you're developing.
I was aware of that.
Okay, all right, yeah, that's good. So yeah.
Thanks, Kailash, for helping with that.
Yep, no problem.
Okay.
I think that's it from our side. We wait for Daniel to comment, and then we hope to merge this early next week.
Okay. Thanks a lot. Thanks, Jill. Thanks, George.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah, Sujita, Riju here, just a quick question on the same thing. So, NorthForge, are any of those test cases integrated into the regression right now? I mean, in the regression which you guys run at ONF. Jenkins regression?
Jenkins, we don't have them running on 1.6, but then yes, there are separate jobs that are created which are testing on master, and they are using Ponsim. Yes, and they have test cases for Volta, the same kind of like ONU activations and then authentication, and now they are going towards the DHCP and pings.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So
And
it's testing on each patch set into Volta. So yeah, it's been covering regression issues and stuff, but obviously it's using Ponsim. So, but the majority of the Volta core is being tested with this job. I can link you to the job if you want me to. I'll actually Slack it to you right now.
Yeah,
yeah,
maybe
sure.
here you can just post it here on the chat.
Yeah, I'll do that right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, these tests are again based on the robot framework, right? Or is there any new framework being developed by Northforge?
They are using robot for now as like the high level so that we can integrate with Jenkins also. And
Okay, this is
the
something
back is
which
fine.
you shared yesterday. Is that the same thing?
Yeah, so yes, it's the same thing.
Okay, okay.
Yes. We were
All right.
discussing about Volta repository, right? The
Yeah,
test.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. Yeah, it's clear now.
Yeah. So just to let Jill and George know that there we had discussed about the Volta test yesterday's because you guys have like very good framework for sending commands to ONOS and Volta. And Sriju is from Certification Brigade, so we were thinking to reuse the same framework to use for any of these test cases. So just giving you an update.
Yeah, and we're using a CLI always. We're testing at the CLI level
Yeah,
as well.
CLI is
I'm not
good.
sure if that's what everyone is using, but
Yep, CLI is good for
Yeah.
brigade work. As of now, it's good. Yes.
okay.
Yeah.
Thanks. Sriju, the next item is on any other questions? Sorry, before we move on. Okay, so the next item is for you, Sriju, certification brigade updates.
Yeah.
I don't think Zach is on the call today to
Okay.
talk about the repo structure, but I think you can still.
Let me share my screen.
Okay, I need to give you presenter rights. 1 second.
Do you see?
Yes.
All right. Okay. Now, why? So, as part of the certification brigade, we are one of the first programs which we are doing is to certify the OpenFlow switch, which is part of the SEBA port, and this includes basic switch bring up test cases, including the ONA boot, the OSD ONL installation, the OFTPA driver installation, and stuff like that. And then we have a section where we execute OpenFlow test cases on the switch. Okay, and this is not to verify, to prove that the switch is OpenFlow compliant. The idea is to prove that the switch is compliant to all the OpenFlow mechanisms or whatever flows the SEBA port will push into the switch. So it will be limited only for the use cases of SEBA, not the complete OpenFlow conformance test suite. Okay, and there is an existing OpenFlow conformance test suite which was developed maybe along with when the OpenFlow development started, which is called the OF test suite. We are reusing a few of the test cases from the OpenFlow test suite, and the suite when you do a git clone or something, it was not properly arranged, or there was no proper structure and everything. So for a brigade point of view, we had to bring a proper repo structure so that we can publish it, and anyone who is interested in certifying the switch may reuse it. So to give an idea about how it was, if you see my screen, so if you do a git clone, it used to do something. It used to look something like this, which is like all library files are spread over here and there, the test files are spread over here and there, the documentations are spread over here and there. So, and the logs it deletes automatically once you run the test case again. So a lot of change was required so that we can reuse the same framework, the OF test framework for Brigade, for the certification Brigade. And this is something myself and Sujitra thought which would be good as a starting point, as a repo structure for the Brigade program. So there will be like the test cases will be specific to each of the verifiable component, like a fabric switch or the OLT or the whole port test. And this is kind of a structure, like it should be the common structure which is generally followed across different projects. So so this is how the repo structure looks like now. And I also modified the existing libraries and made changes to the script files and everything so that right now it follows something similar to that. So see, now it looks there are a lot of files which was not required, which I deleted, and right now all the library files and everything, as mentioned here, goes to the utilities folder. The test folder will have all the test cases and stuff like that. And the idea is to have a specific. There will be, I mean, the test cases will be common, but the list of test cases to be executed depends upon a release. For example, let's go to test OFDPA. If I go to one of the test case files, you can see a lot of test cases in it. Like each class is a test case under the suite. It uses the Python unit test suite. So each class is a test suite. So there will be a single file which has all these test cases or the test classes in it, but there will be something called a file which is which list of which all test cases needs to be executed, and this depends upon the version of SEBA. For example, let's say we are testing SEBA 1.0.0.0. So it will list only those test cases which are good for SEBA 1.0.0. So when SEBA 2.0.0 comes, there will be new test cases which will be added into the test directory, and we'll have a new list of test cases. So the list of test cases says which test case will be executed for the certification brigade program to certify the switch against a particular release. So that was our idea, and just wanted to convey the same to you guys. And if you have any comments, we can quickly change it before we publish to the brigade. So we wanted to check with you guys before we publish to the brigade. Sujitra, if I missed something, please add.
Yeah, I think this is fine. Probably the SEBA 1.0.0 probably could be just SEBA 1.0 instead, aligned to the release name of the SEBA.
Okay, I thought it was SEBA 1.0.0. Okay.
Yeah, I think it should be 1.0. So
Yeah.
no problem. We can check it offline and then see.
Yeah, sure.
And the other, I think the other concern also was like.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm just checking.
Okay.
I think it's 1.0.
All right. Can you please bring up the diagram again?
Yeah, sure.
The repo structure.
Yep.
I was just wondering, under the certification brigade, there will be several projects, right? Not just SEBA, and there could be like MCOT soon, and there could be even Trellis project as an example, where we have a RD as well for Trellis too. So I don't remember, or maybe we discussed it about this, but do we want to create a project directory, like let's say certification brigade repo, and then you have a project, say SEBA, and then you have another one for Trellis?
Yeah, it again, yeah, we can do that, but just I'll give one more comment, and then we will which is related to this. So when I initially started writing the test plan, my idea was to have a single test plan for the fabric switch, and because most of the test cases will be kind of the same, at least the basic cases will be the same, and just to if I let me see if I have it open. I think it's this one. And give a proper label. So this is something like a basic test case to verify after a restart, the flows are reprogrammed. Okay, this is an operational test. And this can be true for true across different projects. So it could be good for SEBA, it could be good for MCode. So that's why I had this labels added attached to each of the test cases so that it's easy to get a sub list of all the test cases which is true for a particular project or a particular release.
Oh, okay. So then
Yeah, this is just a comment. I mean, if you think the other one is more beneficial or more clear, the only thing is there will be a lot of duplication. So I didn't, but for me, this was like the master document of all the switching for the test cases for the switch in code. And then we will use this column to specify whether this particular test case is valid for any of the projects or maybe within this within a version of a project like SEBA 1.0.0, maybe SEBA 2.0 uses different types of flows, and it uses definitely the technology profiles, and I mean maybe something related to QoS or anything. Then we'll have new test cases, and I won't have SEBA 1.0 in that. I will have only SEBA 2.0. I mean, so my initial idea was to have a master spreadsheet or something which captures all the test cases, and then you label the test case whether it is good for what project it is. That was the initial idea.
okay, I understand. So that means in the README files, then you will have these files where you are saying that particular test cases are belonging to this particular project.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
So when we have test case file name, right? When I showed the SEBA like this one, so there will be a documentation. Maybe at the starting, we can add a documentation here as well. These are the list of test cases for a fabric switch to be certified against this version of SEBA, something like that. So we can add it here as well. I mean, I'm open to the other approach as well, but I feel like there will be more duplication.
Yeah, I agree too. I think, yeah, this is fine. Now I get the point. Yes. Yeah, thanks, Riju.
So if there are any comments, we would like to get your comments before we publish it to the brigade.
I just have one question. Is this repo published on GitHub or Garrett?
No, right now nothing.
Oh, okay. Okay, but I'm assuming after you guys get it approved with you guys' brigade and everything, it will all be published?
Yeah, it will be.
Okay, all right, great.
Yeah, right now, even the test cases which we are reusing from the existing framework, it's not an organized structure, and it's a really confusing way. So that's why we wanted to come up with a proper structure.
Okay, I see, understood. Okay.
Yeah. If I think if everyone is okay, there are no comments on my side.
Okay. Thanks, Riju.
Thank you.
Any other items that you wanted to talk, Riju?
Nothing that.
Okay, so when I think
but I'm not able to recollect it.
yeah, maybe you can, whenever you remember to discuss with the QA group or other development folks on the call, then please add it to the QA agenda here. So, and then we can always discuss. Yeah, because all this work, brigade work, is very closely related to what even QA is doing. So much of it could be reused, and we could like share things and framework as well.
Okay.
Okay, sounds good. Thanks a lot, Sriju.
No problem. Thank you.
And then one more point, Zach is on PTO today, so we wanted to talk to him about this repo structure to get created on the Gerrit. So once he's back, I will let you know and we can discuss
Sure.
and then publish it.
Okay.
All right, so any other items from anyone that we want to discuss today?
Suchitra, hi, George here. Just wanted to mention that we're planning to do a small presentation and demo in the Volta call next week. So Gilles is going to illustrate the latest test cases. So if anyone from QA would like to join, I think Kailash has been a big part of this, and also Andy's helped a lot. I don't know if just letting you know that we're planning to do that next week.
Okay.
Details to be worked out with Gilles. Yeah.
All right, that sounds good. Thanks, George.
Thanks.
Okay, I assume there is nothing else. Then we can meet 2 weeks from now again.
Okay.
All right, thanks everyone.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.